At the start of the season, before a ball had been kicked, I made my predictions for the League One table and how it would finish. I think it's fair to say I haven't done too well. We're going to find out in a second, but this is the first year I've done League One predictions, so bear that in mind on how awful they are. And as always, if you're going to enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We can start laughing about my predictions after you let me know your best and worst prediction in the comments. Right, let's get through this. We have to do it. We've got the scoring mechanism, the system that we use. You've probably seen it. If you get the score correct, it's 0. You want the least amount of points as possible. Sarah predicts someone to finish 24th and they finish 23rd. You get 1. So you don't want many points at all. You want to get it all right, which would leave you with 0. But we haven't done that. Spoiler alert. Let's get reacting to my predictions from the 2024-25 League One season. 24th, I had CRAWLEYTOWN to finish there, and I thought they were nailed on. I thought this was going to be definitely a 0-pointer, a spot-on prediction, but it's not, because Crawley finished 21st, 3 places out, bear in mind. So I'd say anything for Premier League and Championship and League 2, 4 and below is very good. Probably 5 and above isn't great, and then if you get like 10 or double digits, yeah, it's a pretty horrible prediction. On this one, I take it a pretty good prediction. Had Crawley to get relegated, they got relegated. The only thing is the difference in where I put them. I thought they'd finish rock bottom. They finished 21st, so fair play to Crawley, but still going down. Northampton, I said they would finish in 23rd. Now, they didn't actually end up getting relegated. They've been flirting with relegation now for the past few seasons. And in this season, they finished in 19th. They were still in the mix to go down, but they survived. The main thing, 4 places out on this one. So on the verge of being a good prediction. I'll take it as a good prediction. I need all the help I can get in this one. It's not looking good from here on up. But not straight away. 22nd, I had Shrewsbury. They finished 24th, but we're only 2 points off. It's a really good start. Let's just keep the video at the relegation zone and we'll be happy. Above that, we don't need to talk about it, honestly. 22nd, I did have Shrewsbury to go down, and they went down. So, successful prediction. 21st place, I had Mansfield to finish there. And they finished 17th. Of course, they just got promoted from League 2 last summer. And I had them to go down, but they started pretty well and survived in the end. That Caleb Dunn was brilliant for them, wasn't he? And they've got to make sure they keep hold of him if they want to progress next season as well. Good season overall for Mansfield, having survived. Okay, we can look away now. LEYTONORIENT, I had in 20th, and they finished. Oh, they finished 6th, and they got to the playoff final, and they only lost 1-0 to Charlton. 14 places out on this one. My word, what was I thinking? I had no belief in LEYTONORIENT. To be fair, they didn't start the season well, and then they just went on a mental run, and that's what football can happen. In football, that's what can happen. Fair play to them, unreal season. Let's move on quickly from this one. 19th, I said Burton. Burton finished 20th. Good prediction. Basically spot on. Not bad at all. Got to stay up. They stayed up. We'll take it. In 18th, I had Stevenage to finish there. And Stevenage finished 14th. Not bad once again on this one. 4 off. I underestimated them a little bit. They did a bit better than I thought, but not dramatically better. It was still within range. We take that one. In 17th, I had Cambridge to finish there. Cambridge ended up getting relegated. Now, from the back end of the previous season, I thought this was going to be an improved season for Cambridge, where they could kick on from the scares of the season before and actually start to build something, but not able to, and they've ended up going down. 23rd, not a great season for Cambridge. 6 out on this prediction, not great whatsoever. 16th, I had Reading. I thought the struggles from off the pitch would carry onto the pitch, but that was not the case, because Reading finished just outside the playoffs in 7th place. 9 out on this one. Oh, what was I thinking? Dreadful prediction, that one. Awful, but still not the worst one yet. 15th, I had Bristol Rovers in 15th. Oh, they went down, didn't they? They went down in 22nd. The ball knowledge needs to be questioned here for League One. It's not great. Move on. 14th, it doesn't get better. I had Wickham to finish 14th and they finished 5th. Oh dear me. What am I doing? 14th. It was a shock to everyone, okay? No one thought they'd do this well. Kone come out the rough. He's been brilliant for them this season. And then Matt Bloomfield left them and saved me a little bit because they could have got autos. So at least it wasn't that bad. Only 9 off. We'll take it. We'll take it. 13th, I thought Exeter would finish there. And now we're back on track to good predictions because Exeter only finished 16th. So not as bad as I thought for Exeter. They had that brilliant FA Cup run midway through the season as well, which was really good for Exeter, and stayed in division. So 3 off on this one. Decent prediction. In 12th, I had Lincoln, and they finished 11th. I told you these predictions are brilliant. Only 1 off on this one. Lincoln, yeah, they weren't really challenging for the top 6 throughout the season. They were just always there or thereabouts in range, but not really striking range, if that makes sense. But 1 off on this one. Very good prediction. And from here on up, it really is downhill. 11th, I said Wrexham. They finished 2nd. Had a very good season. I just didn't think from League 2 they could make the jump up and continue momentum, but they did exactly that. I have the same thoughts now for the Championship, but my luck now, if I predict Wrexham to go down, they'll go up. So maybe next year I just won't do any predictions. I think that's for the best, maybe. 9 out on this one. Dreadful. In 10th, I had Stockport. They finished 3rd once again. A brilliant season and unlucky not to go up. I think if Louis Barry didn't get recalled in January to then get sent out to Hull on loan and get injured, Stockport probably do get that 2nd place, and heartbreaking the playoffs to lose to Leyton Orient, but they'll be back up there next season. Really good team. I really like Stockport at the moment as well. 9th place, I had Shelton. They ended up winning the playoffs and going up. They finished 4th and went up with Nathan Jones, of course. Good football club. Don't like the manager though, must admit. But football club wise, good to have Charlton back in the Championship. 5 out in this prediction, not great. This is one of the worst ones now. In 7th, I had Peterborough United to finish there. Oh, they were scrapping for survival at the other end. 18th, 11 off on this one. I mean, I was considering putting Peterborough in the playoffs, but thank God I didn't. And, you know, they star man Kwame Poku being watched by loads of clubs. Thankfully, he stayed with them. Otherwise, they really would have made me look like an idiot this year. Yeah, not too bad in the end. Only 11 points off. Oh, that's awful. 6th place, I had Blackpool to finish there. Now, I wasn't too far out on Blackpool. Only 3 out on Blackpool. So, pretty good prediction, right? Next year, you know, already they've started to make some really nice signings. So next year could be an exciting year for Blackpool. I hope so, because I really like Blackpool. So, can't put it much simpler as that. 3 out on this one. Not too shabby at all. 5th place up at Barnsley. They ended up finishing in 12th midway through. They just seem to score and concede quite a lot of goals this season. And it's the latter of those that ended up pushing them down the playoffs, away from the playoffs and down the table. So 7 out on this one. It's not as bad as it looks. It is. It is. There's no saving myself here. 4th place up at Huddersfield Town. I thought Michael Duff would, you know, suit their style. But Huddersfield finished 10th. Now, once again, like Blackpool, they're making some exciting moves ahead of the new season. So Sorba Thomas being sold as well to Stoke, being announced as well. But 6 out on this one. Huddersfield really did fail this season. Really badly. Michael Duff, disaster. They lost really early on in the FA Cup as well this season. Poor year for Huddersfield. And in the end, they're there next season as a result. 3rd place up at Bolton Wanderers. You know, I thought after playoff heartbreak the season before, they'd come back and finish in the playoffs again this season. But they couldn't even make it this season. Ian Ever ends up getting sacked, and Stephen Schumacher now is the man in charge for next season. And I think Bolton really could finish in the top 6 next season. They should, right? Hopefully. Not a great prediction this year, but next year, hopefully Bolton do better. 2nd place, we don't have to go through this one. I put Rotherham United. Oh, man. Dreadful prediction once again here. Rotherham finished not even in the top half. They finished 13th, and I had them going straight back up to the Championship because of the manager. And he just didn't work out with Rotherham, did he? Like he did in his previous spell at the club. So I'm willing to take all the hate for this one because it was dreadful prediction. Moving on, to first, and I had Birmingham to win the league. And guess who won the league? Birmingham. See, no one had this one. No one thought Birmingham was going to win the league. So, you know, we may have got a few wrong, but we got the hardest one right, right? No. Birmingham, everyone expected them to win the league, and they did, under Davis. Broke a few records, including the transfer records as well, has to be mentioned. But they won the league. But I said they'd win the league, so correct prediction. So, overall, score 137. One correct prediction. Just to put that into perspective, on my championship ones, of course, there's still 23, there's still 24 teams in the league. I've never had a prediction that high. The highest for the championship predictions score is 126. And we've got 11 more than this. But it is my first season. We'll be back next year to improve on these predictions. Oh, what an awful year this was. But it could only get better than this. It cannot get worse than this. Come on. Give me some credit at least. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next very soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.